Good evening, everybody. My name is Scott Carr. I'm from El Campo, and my partner here beside me.
I'm Arthur Etheridge from El Campo. I'm the Integrated Solutions Manager and the Harvest Solutions Specialist as well.
Guys, in back of us we have the new S700 Combine, and actually this Combine has been out. This will be its third season coming this year in 2020. So it's not too new to a lot of us, but I do want to touch on some of the new features for 2020, and one of them has to do with residue management on the back of the machine. I don't know if you're aware, but on the past models we had on the tailboard, the vanes were electronically adjustable, but the operator did have to switch that at the turn row, pass to pass. Now there is a auto swap feature on that. Also, this machine here is actually a 219. The 220s were not available, but there is a auto adjust knife bank. It's electronic actuators on either side. It's the same knife bank, but in the cab, on the go, you can adjust from 0, 25, 50, 75, or 100% chopping, and that you can do on the fly as you determine. Also, what we'd like you to notice is on this unloading auger, there was some issues with unloading height, and depending on the length of the auger and the tire package or the tracks, the increase in overall height jumped significantly from 9.5 to up to 12 inches. Also, how many people here like doing calibrations pre-season or in between different types of crops? Virtually nobody. And oftentimes they don't get done. On the moisture side of this combine, on the clean grain elevator, it has a 0 calibration moisture meter on it. So it comes from the factory set, and you never have to calibrate the moisture meter, which is very nice. And then also something that's kind of insignificant, but on the cross augers and the hopper on the right-hand side of the combine, in the evenings, if you want to clean grain out to keep moisture, rust, whatnot out of the tank, it's a quick release on those 2 augers, and these doors drop down, and so you could clean it out. That kind of covers the mechanical side of it. Arthur's going to touch on some of the data side and technology side. But there are some major takeaways on the S700 that I want to bring to attention, and some of this may be a little repetitive for some of y'all. But we still offer the same classes of machines. So we go from class 6, handle 6-row, 8-row, corn heads, and up to 30-foot, and depends on the material, up to 30-foot platforms. And we also class 7, 8, and 9, so nothing changed there. But one thing I do want to point out that I don't know everybody's aware of is we do offer, it's industry exclusive, 2 distinctively different rotors. One of them is a tri-stream rotor. It's kind of a coarse grain for your corn type machines. It's a little gentler. The vanes on the top cover are fixed on that. But then in rice or tough threshings, they call it small grains, canola, things like that. We offer a variable stream, and that's what you'll see in our rice combines. And what that means was the crop comes from the feeder house and transitions into the rotor, the fat separator. It has a much longer taper on the concave section. One thing that I would point out on the tri-stream, the coarse grain machine, has 15 threshing elements on the front of it. And on this rice package, small grain, there's 15 threshing elements, but there's also 12 more additional threshing tines, they call them. And I don't know if you've seen it, but you just see them. They're very aggressive. Help move that crop through.
How about those tracks, Scott?
I also wanted to touch on the variable stream only. This is not available on that corn, the tri-stream, but on the variable stream on the top of it, there are vanes that direct the crop towards the back of the machine. They are electronically adjustable, so you can retard a crop that's a hard separating type crop, such as rice, and so that's there. And also, the main takeaway on our rotor machine that I wanted to point out was, I can remember this at the very first STS meeting. It is not a tube within a tube technology. It's not a perfect circle with an outer perfect circle. The rotor is a perfect circle. but the outer cage is elliptical. And on top, that radius is a larger radius. And so what happens is that crop travels around to the top, it gets released. And as that crop releases, centrifugal force can take place, and it's just a logical thing that that grain can get driven to the outside, whereas it gets brought back down again on the separator grates, then it can actually separate and not end up as a loss out the back of the machine. One other point about that open concept or that elliptical design is it's less horsepower to run it. And then last but not least, I'm running out of time here, I wanted to touch on these tracks. Some people have had some issues possibly in the past. This is a John Deere design track. There's two options on the belts. There's a 30-inch width and a 36-inch width. On the 36, that's been by far the highest take rate. It's a 39 square foot surface area that you're putting on the ground. And some guys, absolutely the flotation's there in adverse conditions such as mud. But beyond that, even when conditions maybe aren't, some of these machines with 350 gallons of fuel, 400 gallons of corn in the tank, things of that nature, 16-row corn head, this machine can get up to around 92,000 pounds of weight, which is kind of extreme. But this does offer support, and from a secondary deal, tillage behind this thing, you might be knocking out 1, 2 possible tillage passes as soon as we don't consider those things. But with that, I'm going to hand off to my boy Arthur.
Good evening. The technology on this machine is, as always, phenomenal. We've always had auto track on combines. It works really good. This one goes above and beyond that with a new thing called Combine Advisor. And Combine Advisor utilizes 2 cameras. They're Activision cameras on the elevators, and you can set the machine how you want it, and it will actually maintain that throughout the field automatically. We can also get the data from your yield maps more accurate with the active yield in the hopper. And when you want to really get to optimizing your equipment, we can see what's going on in the field through an iPad. We can make adjustments remotely now with that Combine Advisor. And we're really excited about it, and we really like to talk to you more about it. So when you get done, come on down and we'll see you down here.